Now, our next move moves into equities. On the equity side, what we would say is geographically, things have changed. First of all, when we think about the US market, we think about this as being an overvalued market, where valuations are still high, though cheaper than they were previously, but still have room to come down lower as the consumer continues to decline. So we have brought down that weight down to a neutral. We used to be at an overweight positioning, and now it's brought down to a neutral. Really, we do think there are still going to be more opportunities to take this down further, but at this stage, given the full pullback we've already seen in markets, we think it's still prudent to be around the neutral category in US markets. Where we're a bit more optimistic is obviously on Canada. Now, we know there's been a pullback and that's actually impacting the Canadian market, but we think that's a short-lived pullback. And as we look through the fundamentals, employment numbers are strong. We're seeing a better recovery in Canada than we are seeing in other parts of the world. And again, I do think that commodity prices do bounce back because remember, China's going to be reopening up again, and the demand-supply situation is not changing much, which means that we are going to like to see an abundance of demand versus supply, and that will drive prices higher up again. So we are a +1 on Canadian equities, which again means +1 to +2.5% overweight on the equity side. In international markets, we are still bearish there. We see a lot of negativity across the board. And for us, that means -1 on international markets. Again, that means a -1 in terms of underweight to equities to -2.5 on international markets. And then on the other side, emerging markets, we have actually upgraded that from -1 to 0. And that really is driven by our view on China. Now, I know we just saw some regulatory concerns just pop up, but to me, those weren't really as big as we've seen traditionally. So we do think the regulatory environment is getting better. There was momentum heading into this as well, which I think was positive. And overall, I do think that China is getting past COVID, even though there are some lockdown measures there. We're starting to see a little better environment coming there, and I think that will mean a reopening and a positive movement on GDP for China, which is making us be a little bit more positive and bringing our underweight back more closer to a neutral weight. But again, really emphasized because of China.